Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and a very, very happy new year to you all. Welcome to What's Up number 126, and it's a bit of a special one to kick the year off today. We've got a custom-made bespoke workout by Franklin Bespoke, designed for me by none other than Zwift and internet legend, Mr. Tim Fulford. So firstly, Tim, the legend, thank you very much, mate. I'm going to I think enjoy this, but I'm actually strangely looking forward to getting cracking. It's been designed very specifically around my requirements and a particular goal and some stretch goals that I have. So I'm going to try and diarise all of these workouts. It's a 3-a-week, 4-week workout schedule, if that makes sense. And so this is week 1, workout 1. First objective is to get my body weight down from 75 kilograms to 72 kilograms, and which I'm sure could be done through dieting alone, but I want to do it in a more healthy and strength building way. So that obviously is the other part to that. It's actually to try and increase my FTP at the same time as reducing my overall bulk. And the stretch goal, slightly less realistic but not impossible, is to achieve B category status, and all this is within a 4-month period. 4 month is it? I can't remember. Anyway, that's the idea. And yeah, I will diarise all of these so that we can keep an eye on the progress that's made. I'll be objective, and I will fully support and engage with whatever Tim tells me to do within reason, so that I give the workout the best possible chance of actually achieving my goals. But obviously you guys will be able to see exactly how well it's working for me, and the benefits, and if there are any disadvantages of this kind of structured workout program. But anyway, I'm really excited. I'll show you what the workout is quickly. I'll just flick it up on screen. Tim's been pretty kind to me, I've got to say, or on the face of it, this looks quite kind for an opening session. I'm not sure I'll feel as generous in my praise come the end of it, but at the moment it looks like he's kind of trying to bed me into it relatively easy. So this first workout looks like, as normal, we've got a 10-minute warm-up, and then a 7-minute burst of 180. That shouldn't be a problem. 3 minutes 145 rest, 7-minute 180. So 2 180-watt blocks for me, with some nice rests in between. And then we have 5 minutes about 180 again, and then we have a 5 minutes of 200 watts, and then a 10-minute cool down. So I think this one is all about concentrating on technique as much as actual fitness and sort of strength and stamina building, which I am in need of as much as anything else. Technique, tuition. That's one thing I've forgotten to do before I've jumped on the bike. I was going to raise my saddle by a couple of mil, not much, but it seems as though I'm not getting full extension on my leg, which contributes to, obviously I've got very sort of rocky shoulders, which I tend to do when I get tired anyway, but I think my position isn't absolutely spot on this bike, and mainly because I think the saddle needs to come up just very slightly. But what I'll do is I'm going to leave it for this particular workout, and then I will change it for the next one, so hopefully we'll see some improvement from that as well. Right, so like I say, this one is going to be about concentrating on my technique, my breathing, cadence, and it kind of sort of sets a platform, a foundation for the next two, which are, I think, going to be considerably tougher. So I'm going to try and enjoy this one and see how we get on. So here we go. Let's get riding. Start off with this with a 10-minute warm-up. So warm-up, 100 watts for 10 minutes. Here we go. As you'll all see, I've been relegated to the Plan B pain cave today. I'm not overly happy. Cheers, Joe Harvey, for the ride on. Incidentally, I did see a couple while I was warming up as well. I think it was Dan, Ben Lansdowne Gray, Oliver Higby, I think, gave me some ride-ons when I was setting up. So thanks, guys. Yeah, I've been relegated to this tiny corner of my tiny bedroom again. So there's no air circulation, and it's actually worse than it usually is because we've got some remnants of Christmas decorations and bits and pieces as well. So pretty much right behind where your view is on this camera, it's wall-to-wall junk. So I've got no room for manoeuvre and no real room for air to move around in here. So it could be tougher than it possibly should be. Okay, so we're now up to 120 watts in the warm-up. I've just realised I've possibly got this set on the course from the that huge group ride at the weekend, which is basically the pretzel. So I'm hoping that's not going to be too distracting as we're going up the mountain and up to the radio tower. Quite possibly the worst course you could set for any kind of workout, I would suggest. My cadence seems to have disappeared momentarily. I'm doing 8. Is it coming back? It's all very strange. There we go. No, I don't know if that's... No, that can't be an erg mode thing, but maybe something not quite right with the cadence sensor down here. Hey Darren, good to see you, buddy. Thanks for the ride on. Interestingly, I've not had any faults or anything to really report on the Elite Drivo since getting it, but after doing the Maratona ride at the weekend, for whatever reason I was showing in Zwift power as having been on a dumb trainer, basically using Zwift power as opposed to actual power from the trainer, which is a little bit strange. And then obviously today, and once again, look, you can see my cadence has dropped. Keeps dropping down to 0, and now back up to 99, 0 again. So I'm not sure if those things are combined, but maybe some of the signals were not working exactly as they should, and as a result Zwift Power couldn't recognise that I actually was using a smart trainer. Hey Brian Montgomery, thanks for the ride on, buddy. I think I just saw you on screen as well. I know you've disappeared. Alright, 140 now for the warm-up. Little personal message from Tim. You have nothing to worry about. Yeah, I'm going up the mountain, right. Luckily I have the option to skip that. I think I'd find that too distracting. Yeah, I'm down to 0 cadence again. Oh. It's not a good start. I'm not sure if that will mess up my ability to achieve the goals within this workout. The fact that basically my legs are not moving, I'm coasting this at 140 watts. Right, the first 7-minute session is to do with cadence, which is going to be a bit of a problem for me, seeing that this monitor is not playing. So I think whatever I do here, I'm going to fail. Alright, 15 seconds, moment of truth. Come on, cadence. I'm keeping it quite high, I think I'm at about 100. But Zwift doesn't know that. Alright, here we go. The Bridge of Doom. Hey, thank you Brian Montgomery. Right, 85 RPM. Yeah, look. Oh man. Spin faster. Right. I'm going to have to bail out and start again, because this isn't going to work. No. Right, abandon ship, let's try again. I think it's going to be a complete turn everything off, restart job. So bear with me. Okay, let's try again. Alright, it's picking up my cadence. Here we go, it's picking up my heart rate, it's picking up my power. It'll set up erg mode after a couple of 100 meters probably, hopefully. I'll certainly have done plenty of warm up for this anyway. Okay, cadence seems to be holding at the moment. I didn't do anything clever, by the way. It was literally a turn it off and on again situation. Hey, Jane Coates, Team Type 1. Happy New Year to you. Thank you very much for the ride on. Great to see you as always. So, you don't need to see this warm up. I'll shut up and just get on with it. Save my breath. Oh, now my heart rate monitor's gone. I'm still alive, I think. Come on, this is silly. I definitely have more problems when I move into this room than I do in the other room. I don't know if it's interference from other things around me. I don't know, I've got a Sky TV box just there. The router, the Wi-Fi router is literally just outside the door there. Don't know if that could be playing a part, but it seems I can't get all of them working at once now. I think for the purposes of this, it's better that I've got cadence working than heart rate monitor if I had to choose. I might come back anyway. I appear to have another rider in front of me there that's having cadence issues, so perhaps it's a Zwift thing. I don't know if you can see there the rider directly in front, FRNKLN. I'm having all sorts of issues. I can't click on anybody on Zwift. Is it because I'm doing a workout that I can't click on other riders and give ride-ons? Maybe that's the case. It's been a while since I've done an actual workout. But yeah, FRNKLN from ZHR appears to be doing 35 kilometers an hour without moving their legs. So maybe this is a Zwift issue. Hey, cheers Jason for the ride on. Just as I come to the last 30 seconds of my second warm-up period. So this is now, if I remember from hitting it first time, it's going to be 180 watts at 85 RPM. So here we go, 15 seconds. Okay, there we go. Block 1 done. So I've got a 3-minute free ride now of 145 watts. That was good. I like that pace and that cadence. Sorry, that power and that cadence. I was able to concentrate on trying to keep my heart rate under control, which it seemed pretty settled at about what it is now, between 150 and 160. A couple of little spikes for whatever reason, but I think that's possibly faulty equipment still. Cheers Rob Jones for the ride on. It's good to see you, my friend. So yeah, be interesting to see what this next 7 minutes block is, whether that's lower cadence, more grinding, or higher cadence, really spinning it up. But that was good. Obviously 180 watts is 2.5 watts per kilogram for me, and to hold that steadily for 7 minutes, actually it's not a bad workout at all. So try and get my heart back even further if I can, back down before this next 7 minute block. Yeah, I've got my heart rate down, but I didn't want it down that low. So there we go. Tim, you've managed to kill me in the first 7 minutes of the workout. I officially have no heart. Okay, this one's all about pedal stroke. Interesting. So I'm not even going to try and guess what the technique or what the instruction is going to be to try and fine-tune that technique. Here we go, 30 seconds. Pedal stroke's a really interesting thing. I remember having a discussion on the forum about this, and if my concentration was good enough and I could concentrate on how I'm turning the pedals, I'd definitely be more efficient. But because I can see it even in a sort of 15-second spell of concentrating on my pedal action, how much that improves my power. But it's that concentration that lets me down. Right, anyway, we're about to see what's in store. 180 for 7 minutes. Okay, no cadence instructions this time. So I'm up at 97. I'll try and keep it around that, I think. Down and round. Okay, so it's about pulling the stroke all the way through. I do need a slightly tougher gear for this. I'm doing far too much power. So I've got to try and keep my upper body really still and make nice circular action with the pedals. And no dead spots is the next instruction from Tim. I think I'm doing that kind of right. I feel like I'm moving the pedal all the way around, both on the down and the upstroke, with both legs. Now I've just spotted, probably not the best time to be talking about this, but I've just spotted a progress bar. Or is that me just not having noticed it before? But it looks like there's a progress bar going above the number 25 because I'm on level 25. Does that mean we now have level 26 available? Very interesting. Just in time for the new London expansion, which looked really good. I spotted all the threads yesterday with Eric Min's sneaky little ride, and Keith Hill made an appearance, which is Leith Hill, I'm led to believe, which is great. As much as that's horrible, it's a horrible hill. It's sorry, kneecap and ball. Okay, so I assume trying to sort of visualise the action that the kneecap is making as a ball socket, a ball and joint socket, whatever it's called. Yeah, what was I saying? Leith Hill. Well, the good thing for me is that come the summer, I'll have Box Hill and Leith Hill to do side-by-side comparisons of real life and Zwift, and that'll be interesting. My last time around Box Hill was in Ride London this year, last year now, and actually didn't suffer too badly on it. Managed to pace myself, albeit not a fast pace, but I made it all the way up without getting off, without getting cramp, which is a large improvement over 2016 attempt. So yeah, looking forward to that. Oh, you know what? Forget everything I just said about a progress bar at the top. It's because I've got this new terrible TV that's set up in front of me, and I don't know if you can see, but to my eyes it's got a red bar that goes about 95% of the way across the grey bar, whereas if I actually look at my computer it's just completely grey. So forget all that. That is not a progress bar to level 26. It's just terrible image quality from this awful little TV. Well, that was a waste of breath. Anyway, I think I managed to concentrate quite well on my pedal stroke throughout that. Pretty smooth and circular. Heart rate kept relatively in check also at 166. So 20 seconds, and we've got 3-minute rest at 145 and then 5 minutes at 155. And there we go. Alright, 145 it is. Okay, my instruction is to relax. Okay, that part I think I can do. Okay, first block done. Up to 155 for 5 minutes now. Can actually do with getting out of the saddle a little bit. Backside's starting to hurt. Let's whack it right up there just for a second. Okay, perceived effort time. Right, that'll be interesting. Not quite sure what that means. Hi, Megan Schroer, great to see you. Our paths don't cross as often these days on Zwift, which is a real shame, but great to see you back on there. Thank you very much for the ride on. I hope you're keeping well, and Happy New Year to you. Okay, 5 seconds till Tunnel of Truth. See what this 5-minute free ride is all about. Okay, so ERG erg mode has turned off. Now match it 70%. Not absolutely sure what that means. 70% of what? You'll all be screaming at the screen now, telling me not to be so stupid. Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, coming to the end of that block, and again, excuse my ignorance, I'm not absolutely sure what I was supposed to be doing there, so I could have screwed it right up with that. I'm thinking maybe it meant try and now match the power to 70% of the 155 that I was doing, in which case I'm doing far too much. But that really is just a stab in the dark. It's a complete guess. Is it 70% of FTP? 70% of 180? I don't know. Anyway, we're now into 5 minutes. That was perfect apparently on that block, so whatever it was, I guess I guess right. Which means that probably was about 70% of FTP. I don't know. Anyway, 5 minutes, 180. What I'll do is at the end of this ride, before I wrap the vlog up, I'll message the guys at Franklin Bespoke and just try and get some clarification of what that was, so that I can let you guys know, and so that I know how I accidentally did it correctly. Taking a step up to 80%. Again, is that 80% of FTP? Because I'm going to be doing 5 minutes of 200 watts in a moment, so maybe that's what I need to be doing. 200 watts when I get to this next free ride period. Okay, muscle memory, 80%. Okay, what I really believe now that means is I've got to try and maintain this power without indication of whether I'm, or without ERG mode basically. I think that's what this means. Okay, so muscle memory, try and just keep spinning and generating that power. Straight away I'm well over it. Hey, Mr. Fulford himself. Thanks for the ride on, buddy. Really good workout so far. Obviously, I'm only a little bit confused about these percentages, but I think that's me not really knowing the basics of a workout. Mr. Ascenders as well, great to see you. Thank you very much for the ride on. I'm thinking it's a percentage of FTP that I need to hold. So 80% of my FTP is about 180 at the moment. So I've been consistently over that in this 5 minute block, but I did that in the last one at 70% as well and got a perfect. So I stand to be corrected. I'm definitely feeling it now though. Heart rate in the 170s. I've got a 5 minute of 200 watts coming up at the end of this little block. I'm still trying to remember to turn a nice smooth circle and keep my upper body still. But it does actually take concentration and for me to sort of remind myself every now and again. Otherwise I slip straight back into my bad habits. So hopefully repetition of these workouts will sort that right out for me. Okay, 30 seconds till the tunnel of truth. 5 minutes at 200 watts. Whew. My heart rate's already pretty high. Alright, here we go. It's getting serious now. You're not kidding. So, no pressure, Mr. Fulford, but one of my New Year's resolutions was to win one of the WKG League races in the C category. Now, anyone that's been watching my videos regularly will know I'm quite a way off that. I'm delighted to get in the top 10 usually, and that often only happens if less than 10 people turn up for the race. So you got your work cut out for you, Tim. But we've got 3 races left of this series in the league, and I'll look to set up a new one quite shortly, so there's not a huge gap in between. but I want to be winning one of those races, that's for sure. Oh, I'm sweating. Cadence 85, yeah, bang on. Nice. I was actually doing something right before being told to do it right. Yeah, feeling it now, that's for sure. Through my back to my hamstrings, my knees, just a little bit. My backside is hurting as well, I've got to say. Not been very comfortable today on the saddle. Not sure why. Oh God, so I've got to try and remember this effort. So I'm going to have to try and carry on another 500 watts. So 5 minutes at 200 watts without the guidance there. God, I do need to get out of the saddle again. Okay, 30 seconds left till what is described as a 5-minute free ride. It's clearly not going to be. Let's try and carry on exactly the same. Okay, yeah, so 200 watts is 90% of my FTP. So I think that is exactly what it's supposed to be. 180 is 80%. 155 is about 70%. So that's what those percentages were. I will double check with Tim again, but apologies for making this sound more complicated than it actually was. Okay, last 30 seconds. It's definitely been tougher than it looked on paper. All those grey areas that look like nice rests weren't rests at all. Last 10. Great workout, Tim. Thanks very much for this, buddy. It's, I like to say it's enjoyable, but you know, it's really not. 160 for 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. That's not much better. I can't actually even read that. T. Litchfield from Kiss ODZ. Thank you very much for the ride on, buddy. So I've had to take my glasses off. I've got to work out a way of getting them to stay on my head better. When the bridge of my nose gets really sweaty, they just slip down. Hey, Dan. Dan the man. Formerly Dan Lell. Thanks for the ride on, my friend. And Jikri Pakala. That's the first time I've ever tried to pronounce your Christian name, Mr. Pakala. Is it Jiki, or Jikri? 1,000 apologies for absolutely butchering it. So I'm just going to call you Jay from now on, or Mr. Pakala. My backside is killing me. I haven't changed anything on the bike. I'm on a hard floor, whereas usually I'm on carpet. I don't know whether that vibrates through the trainer and the saddle a little bit more. Might be a contributing factor. I haven't got a mat underneath the trainer. Don't know, it does seem a little bit noisier as well, I've got to say. Oh, this 140 watt cool down feels like a workout after doing that. Okay, 120 watts. My hand position, by the way, that's something else that's been pointed out. I don't know how well you can see it on the camera. I'll move this towel. I often put my hands on this curve here of the bar, and that's a habit that I got into because the carbon bars that I had that I snapped doing my wheelie tutorial, obviously that very informative wheelie tutorial, they were shaped like they got sort of flat wings and then a little dip here, and it just sat, the hands sat really nicely in there. So I got really used to just putting my hands in that corner and resting this part of my hand inside that dip. Obviously I've changed the bars now, but I'm so used to a couple of years of putting my hands in that position, which is why I do that so much. But again, it's something I'm well aware is completely wrong and could be interfering with other aspects of the way I ride in terms of my shoulder movement, etc. So ideally I need to be flat on the tops
on the hoods, or obviously very occasionally on the drops. But I just find that really comfortable, just to put the palm of my hand on the bend of the bar and hold on to it that way. Maybe it is a case of whatever you're comfortable with, stick to it, but it seems, I know it is an odd position that I've been picked up on a few times. Oh, alright, down to 100 watts. Is it me, or has it just rained in Watopia the whole time I've been doing this workout? Which is a real shame, considering if I look out my window, it's been the most miserable few days. The rain has just not stopped. It feels like night time all day. It's so dull and grey. And Watopia is normally a nice escape from that, but the weather seems to have moved over from Surrey to wherever Watopia is, somewhere in Hawaii, I think, or thereabouts. Hey, David Harmsworth. Cheers, buddy, for the ride on. Good to see you. And the hardest thing with this is going to be eating habits now. It's been terrible this last week without actually having put on much weight, but I am well aware that it will show itself very soon. But after this, already I'm thinking, I could do with a nice load of camembert on crackers with cranberry or a bar of chocolate or something. All the things that I'm going to have to outlaw from now on. Cheeses, that's my weakness. It really is, especially around Christmas. It's terrible. But that healthy eating starts today along with these workouts. Try and get back some kind of fitness to be proud of. And as I mentioned, win a league race. I'm coming for you. Darren Hunter, Keith Denton, Jason Arblaster, Jane Coates, Catherine Denton, Dave Crook, Len Capel, Jim Pocock, Oliver Higby, and apologies anyone else I'm not mentioning from the B category, the C category, but I'm after you guys. Hey, there we go. Workout done. Very good. Okay, I got a 12 out of 12 on the stars. So that's good. Like I say, I'm going to quickly clarify with Tim before I wrap up this video that those percentages were indeed percentage of FTP. And if that's the case, you lot probably all understood that, as I mentioned before, but if that is the case, that's a tough workout. That was good. What looked on paper to be relatively gentle introduction to these certainly got me sweating. So excellent. Right, I'm going to pause here while I quickly message Tim, and then I'll wrap up. So you don't have to watch me. You don't have to watch me messaging. Right. So just check with Tim. Yeah, exactly that. Those percentages were of the percentage of your FTP. So as long as your FTP is set up properly in Zwift, that should work perfectly. Which, other than my technical problems with the initial warm-up, it did. So great stuff. Now, as I say, that was harder than I thought looking at it originally. So I'm now pretty scared about what the next two are going to be. So I'm going to try and get those done, as I mentioned, before the weekend race, Saturday evening's race. So it's Tuesday now. So I think it's probably going to be Wednesday and Thursday workout vlogs, and then a rest day on Friday. So let's see how that works out for me. Anyway, I'll wrap it up. Thank you very much for watching. I don't expect anyone to have watched the whole workout, but it's obviously just an indication of how these things work and what the guys over at Franklin Bespoke are doing. This sounds like a paid promotion. It's not at all. It's just Tim Fulford happens to be a really good guy and a friend on Zwift, and I trust his judgment. At the moment I do anyway. Give it a couple of weeks, maybe I won't, but I trust his judgment and his knowledge, and I think this could be the way forward for me. So Tim, thank you very much. Franklin Bespoke, thank you very much, and all you lovely people, thank you very much. Catch you next time. Ciao.